If you're struggling with belly fat after 40 and it feels like nothing is working anymore, no matter how hard you try, this video is for you. I'm 49 and I'm going to share with you a few realistic habits that help me with my belly fat without extreme dieting and less cardio or spending hours at the gym. So, what is this menopause belly fat and why is this happening to us? It's that annoying fat around the waist that pops up out of nowhere during perimenopause and menopause. Here is the deal. The dropping estrogen is telling our body to store fat in our belly instead of our hips and thighs. At the same time, our muscle mass is naturally declining as well, which tanks our metabolism and makes it easier to gain fat. We're also becoming more insulin resistant, so our body is more likely to store belly fat. Then on the top of that, add in disrupted sleep, higher cortisol from stress, and reduced physical activity, and our body is totally rewired to store fat in different places. It's not just about calories anymore, it's also about what's happening with our hormones and metabolism. So let me tell you how I was able to tackle it. Just so you know, I'm not a doctor. Everything I'm sharing in this video is based on my personal experience and research I've done. It's meant to educate and inspire, not replace medical advice. So always work with your healthcare provider to decide what's right for you. The first habit, I believe, is the most significant one. It's protein, especially at breakfast. For years, I thought I was eating healthy. And in many ways, I was. I ate whole foods like veggies and fruits, but when I got into my mid-40s and I did some research, I realized I had been under-eating protein for years. You probably heard this before. Protein is important, especially after 40. Yes, protein helps preserve muscle, and muscle matters for metabolism, strength, insulin sensitivity, bone health, and fat burning. Protein helps you feel full longer, and it also helps with cravings. As soon as I started eating more protein, my cravings disappeared. Gone. I personally aim for about 1 gram of high quality protein per pound of target body weight per day. And I front load my protein, which means my breakfast has the highest amount of protein, which is about 50 grams of protein, sometimes even more. I know, it sounds like a lot, but then my lunch and dinner are not that big. Generally, it's recommended about 30 grams of protein per meal, especially for breakfast. And this is why. If you're starting your day with something very light, low protein, and mostly carbs like toast, pastry, or oatmeal, you are most likely feeling hungry again in an hour, right? And probably find yourself craving sugar later in the day. Right? This is why protein-rich breakfast is one of the first habits I would implement. It does not have to be complicated, actually quite the opposite. I make it simple and repeatable. I eat pretty much the same thing every morning. Eggs, butter, avocado, fermented veggies, cheese, piece of fish or sausage, and handful of berries. Done. The goal is not a perfect breakfast. The goal is a breakfast that helps stabilize my energy, support muscle, and keeps me satisfied without sending my blood sugar and insulin through the roof, which means protein, fat, and fiber. We want to keep blood sugar and insulin as stable as possible. When you keep it steady, your energy goes up, cravings go down, and fat loss actually becomes easier. If breakfast is where you feel stuck, I have prepared a free breakfast reset guide with simple, protein-focused breakfast ideas for women over 40. You'll find the link in the description below. I'm Gabriela, and this channel is all about natural wellness and lifestyle for women in midlife. And if you're enjoying this content and want more tips on staying strong, naturally healthy, and confident in midlife, please give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. The second habit is I lowered carbs and added more fiber to my diet. I switched to a low-carb diet rich in protein, fiber, and good fats. It's like a flexible ketogenic diet. I personally feel best eating low-carb diet, not because carbs are evil, but because for my body, fewer carbs and more protein, fiber, and healthy fats help my blood sugar, energy, and cravings stay much more stable. Insulin helps move blood sugar into cells, but when blood sugar and insulin are constantly elevated, the body has a hard time tapping into stored fat. I didn't eliminate carbs completely. I eat veggies, low-carb veggies, that are high in fiber. After 40, fiber is your best friend. Fiber matters for fullness, digestion, and gut health, and it also helps slowing down glucose entering the bloodstream, which can support steadier blood sugar. Fiber sources I consume on a daily basis are avocados, mushrooms, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. I also eat nuts and seeds like ground flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, macadamia nuts, and once or twice a week, I add more starchy carbs to my meals like sweet potatoes, yams, and squashes, which are high in fiber. Whole grains are also high in fiber, but I personally eliminated them from my diet. Some people tolerate grains just fine. I realize I don't. The only grains I eat once in a while is white rice, and I'm doing just fine. And if you'd like a simple way to start applying this, I have prepared a free 5-day metabolism reset guide. It's a simple 5-day structure to support your metabolism, improve energy, reduce bloating, and cravings. You'll find a link in the description below. The next habit is I increase fermented foods in my meals to support a healthy gut and microbiome. I eat 3 times a day, no snacking in between, and every meal contains some type of fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, or plain Greek yogurt. Since I added these foods to all my meals, not only my digestion has improved, I feel like my overall health got better as well. I don't suffer from bloating, and I don't have cravings for sugar or any junk food. In my opinion, fermented foods are some of the best foods we could eat for our gut health. And that matters because gut health is connected to everything: digestion, cravings, inflammation, blood sugar, and even how our bodies respond to food. And you don't need a lot. You can start small, especially if your digestion is sensitive. Even a few bites of fermented vegetables or a small serving of kefir with a meal is a good place to begin. I'm curious, do you already eat fermented foods, or is this something you've never tried? Let me know in the comments below. Next habit I implemented was I increased healthy fats in my diet. For a long time, women were told that low fat was the healthier choice. Low-fat milk, low-fat yogurt, low-fat cottage cheese, low-fat everything. But the problem is, low-fat foods are not very satisfying, and usually when fat is removed, sugar or fillers are added to make the food taste better. Healthy fats are especially important for women in midlife. They slow digestion, help you stay full longer, support steadier energy, and they also play an important role in hormone health. I eat grass-fed butter, beef tallow, coconut oil, olive oil, whole milk kefir, cheese, eggs, fatty fish, nuts, seeds, and avocado pretty much every single day. Now, that doesn't mean adding unlimited fat to everything. It just means not being afraid of the right fats in the right context. But there are also bad fats like seed oils, and they could be a major problem, especially for menopause belly fat and inflammation. These are the oils I eliminated: canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed oil, vegetable oil. These oils are high in omega-6 polyunsaturated fats and heavily processed with high heat, which creates inflammation in the body. They also throw off the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, which drives more belly fat storage and insulin resistance. The next habit is my most favorite: strength training. If menopause belly fat won't budge, I would think about building muscle, not only about losing fat, because muscle is one of the most powerful things we can protect and build after 40. Muscle helps our body use glucose better. It supports metabolism and bones, it changes the way our body looks and feels, and it helps us age better. Walking is wonderful. I love walking, and I walk a lot every day, but if we want to change our body composition, walking alone may not be enough. We need muscle. That doesn't mean you need to live in the gym. I actually shortened my strength training workouts to about 30 minutes, and I started seeing better results: more energy, more strength, and better body composition. But I also make sure I support those workouts with enough fuel. That's another reason I eat good amount of protein. And I also supplement with amino acids. I personally use Perfect Aminos by BodyHealth. for extra support and recovery. I take them just before my workouts, and since I started taking them, I notice more energy and strength during my workouts. I'll add my affiliate link below if you want to check it out. 2-3 simple strength training sessions per week is a great place to start. Full body movement, progressive resistance, good form, and enough consistency to actually get stronger. And this is where I would not follow the old advice to just do more cardio. Cardio has a place, but if you're doing more and more cardio while eating less and not recovering well, that can add more stress to the body. And for some women, that could cause even more belly fat. The next habit is walking after meals. This is one of the simplest habits and it is very underrated. After you eat, your blood sugar naturally rises. When you walk after a meal, your muscles help clear glucose from your bloodstream and use it for energy, which means your blood sugar does not spike as high. Your body doesn't need as much insulin and you're supporting better fat loss without doing a full workout. It does not have to be intense or long. Even 10 minutes after a meal could make a difference. I think 10-minute walk is realistic, even for busy people. And if you want to add a little bit more resistance, you can also use a weighted vest. I walk with weighted vest. I'll add my affiliate link below in case you want to check it out. The next habit is absolutely non-negotiable: sleep and stress management. Poor sleep can disrupt hunger hormones, insulin, cortisol, cravings, energy, and recovery. And chronic stress can keep cortisol elevated, which can make belly fat harder to lose, especially after 40. You could be doing everything right, eating healthy and exercising, but if you don't get enough sleep and if you're constantly stressed, it's going to be very challenging to lose belly fat. For me, stress management is part of my daily protocol. Exercise and walking my dog is helping me with stress. I also do red light therapy, I get into a hot tub a few times a week, even long hot shower helps me de-stress. I meditate, I do breathing exercises, there's so many tools available and most of them are free. I know getting a good night's sleep could be challenging when hormones are changing. I still struggle sometimes, which is exactly why I had to get dialed in on my sleep routine. I go to bed at 9 p.m., my last meal is at least 3 hours before bedtime, and the bedroom is dark and cool. For me, this is absolute non-negotiable. The next habit is my weekly reset. Once a week, I do a 24-hour water fast, usually dinner to dinner. I know there is a lot of debate about fasting for women after 40, and I want to be very clear. Fasting is not for everyone. If you have a medical condition, take medication, have a history of disordered eating, or if you're not sure fasting is right for you, please talk to your healthcare provider first. The key is doing it carefully. I make sure I drink plenty of water, and I also use electrolytes and minerals because that helps me avoid headaches, fatigue, brain fog, and muscle cramps. From what I've learned, fasting gives my digestive system a break, helps lower insulin for a period of time, and supports metabolic flexibility, which means my body can actually tap into stored fat for energy instead of constantly digesting new food. That's why I do it. The next habit might annoy you a little bit, and it's removing alcohol. I know, I was a little sad about it too, and quite frankly, it was the last thing I finally gave up. And let me tell you, it was so worth it. Alcohol spikes your blood sugar and messes with all the hard work you're doing to stabilize your insulin. Plus, it destroys your sleep quality, which cranks up cortisol, which triggers belly fat storage. Your liver also burns energy processing alcohol instead of metabolizing fat. So, if you're serious about getting rid of menopause belly fat, cutting alcohol or at least drastically reducing it is non-negotiable. It's not about deprivation, it's about not sabotaging the progress you're making. Now, let me also tell you what I would not do. I would not start with severe calorie restriction or endless cardio. I would not start implementing all of these habits all at once. And I would not add 20 supplements before fixing food, movement, sleep, and stress. If you're busy and you're thinking, okay, this all makes sense, but I only have 20 minutes. Here's the 20-minute version. You could start with taking a 10-minute walk after your last meal. You could take 10 minutes to prep tomorrow's breakfast so your day starts better. You could do a short 20-minute strength workout. You could go to bed 20 minutes earlier. The goal is not to do everything perfectly. The goal is to start with the habits that give you the biggest return, repeat them, and become consistent. And if you're listening to this thinking, okay, I understand what matters, but I still don't know where to start, I have 2 free guides for you linked below. If breakfast is your biggest struggle, grab the free breakfast reset guide. If you want a simple 5-day structure to start supporting your metabolism, cravings, digestion, and energy, grab the free 5-day metabolism reset. Both are designed for women over 40. And I would love to know, which habit feels the hardest for you to implement right now? Let me know in the comments below. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. It really helps support this channel. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tips on how to thrive, not just survive in midlife. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click on the videos on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.